can know what you've done wrong and how you can improve moving forward.
So, moving on to the song Shake 2.0. That is...
Shake.
That was your like, okay, let me make a kind of TikTok viral banger. That was...
Is that what you think it is?
It's not necessarily, because I feel like in the way you describe it, you're like, okay, cool. Catchy song, good hook. That's kind of what Central C did. That's what X and X did. Let me give it a go. Right? And I feel like my question is, do you feel like every artist needs at least one in today's day and age?
Do you know what it is, right? I saw...
Even if you aren't consciously going for one, do you still need one? As in, like, one of them has to...
I don't think you need one. It depends on the world you're building and your intention. Do you know what I mean? I don't think you need one. I don't think I needed one. I think my first one was probably Vio. That's the first one that went viral for me. And because I did it by accident, I only made that, right? I'd never planned to make music like that. That was never like my type of drill. I always wanted to go down the dark, gloomy...
My suspicion always is most people who end up making them made them by accident. I think most of the time they're just very happy accidents.
Yeah, I was happy at the time. So I was doing open mics, I think, my second or third year doing music. And there was a platform called Gilded, run by DJs called Jason and Emily. They're amazing. They work with Kiss and they're quite good with their TikTok as well. And they had a platform called Gilded. They still have the platform called Gilded. And they bring artists out to different locations around the UK. So we did Windsor, we did Stevenage, London, a few different spots. And yeah, they basically really enjoyed my first performance I went to, which I think was in Windsor. And after that, they had me come to a few more. And then they were like, we're going to Greece to do a season. And we've booked, I think they'd booked RD and they'd booked Switch OTR. And there was one other person, and we've got...
Damn, what year must have this have been?
This was 2022. I'm going to say end of 2022, I found out this information. And they were like, we need artists to open. Do you guys want to come out? And gave the opportunity to everyone. You just have to pay for your flights. They was going to cover everything else, basically. Okay. And I was like, rah. This is sick. Yeah, but then I was like, rah, I've also got 0 songs. For like a festival kind of, because that's what the setup was. It was like, I think it was like 3,500 people in like Kavos Rocks, which is like a bedrock style kind of jungle rock looking kind of place with a huge stage sort of thing. Like the bar goes around the stage. It's quite mad. And I had 0 songs that made sense for that. Like I couldn't go out there and do TMI. Do you know what I mean? That was never, do you know what I mean? That was never...
It was going to kind of kill the vibe.
Literally. So I went to the studio with my friend called AC. Like, I think on the day before a performance that I had with Gilded, basically, that I was going to show them the songs, right? And I found this beat by a producer called Distro, and I was trying to think like, what is a banger? And I remember hearing it was Ben's. Je m'appelle, I think it was called. I was hearing Ben's Je m'appelle, right? And I heard this beat, and it was like quite similar, but like the saxophone was not like the destination. On
so like karaoke drilling.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the era was, though. It was drill karaoke. That's literally what that drill. We were pulling out pop samples out the wazoo and just slapping them on 808 slides. That's literally what the era was. It was.
Karaoke is crazy.
It was.
Do you know what's mad?
Also, I did not come up with that term, by the way. The first person...
That is mad.
The first person I heard say that was back in 2022/2021. It was Kibo. Kibo did an interview and he used the word drill karaoke, and I've used it ever since because it's a very accurate way to depict what happened.
Now that you deep it.
So, don't look at me, guys. It wasn't me I was not the first one to say that. I just agree with the person that said that, but I was not the one. Do you understand?
I think that's hilarious. I think that's so funny. But I found the beat. I went into the studio with Veli and AC, and I was like, I need to make like a festival banger. Basically, I need something. And he was like, well, you only have songs that are about you and your story, and everything's like deep and peak. So he was like, let's just stick to what you're good at, tell the story, keep it deep, but like, we're just gonna do it in a fun way, so it like the song almost has two separate meanings, but you could take it how you want.
Like a double entendre.
Like a double entendre, and that's basically what I went in there and did. And that's how I came up with Vio. Basically, I kept it simple. I've made it exactly for the beat. I told my story in it, and there was a little bit of wordplay, and it just worked really well on TikTok for some odd reason. So, but yeah, again, I think probably the Benz Jim Appel song probably helped carry it a little bit because it sounded similar, and obviously the term that you use, karaoke drill, all of that kind of stuff, because it was a very easy song to digest. It's very, when I perform it live, I tested it live at LDN RBS like 5-6 times before I even released it, and like every time it pretty much went off. People would know the lyrics by the time it got to the last hook. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Short bite-sized song, hook verse hook, nothing too crazy. And then when Shake 2.0 came around, the opportunity for that. So I met Leo Snow, who's from Ghana. He's from Accra. He actually did the challenge, like I did an open verse challenge for Vio.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
actually did it. So that's how I found out about him. And I basically, he was one of the winners of the challenge. So we stayed in contact. We were just going back and forth about content ideas and how we were basically going to push our content moving forward. And we shared a lot of ideas about how to do stuff. And he eventually come up with like a concept, which was the Molly 23 made a song called Chicken to the Max, blah 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 blah. Central C. Yeah, he came up with that concept originally.
Okay.
He's tried we've both tried every type of content. We've tried skits, he's done the Connor Price method, he's done everything you can think of. This guy is a trier and a very hard worker. And this one, just flew 6.6 million views out of nowhere, right? With this viral concept that he had. So he was like, cool. I think we should do a remix, yeah? It will help push the song while I need to obviously keep working on new music and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm going to work on consistently pushing out this sound. So he managed to get hold of a guy called The Gabrit, who's another Ghanaian artist who lives in London. Who's doing also quite well for himself, especially on social media. And managed to get him on the song and then sent me the song. And basically, when we started recording it, I've recorded in the UK. I think Gabrit also recorded in the UK, and Leo recorded in, it's hilarious actually now that I think about it. Leo recorded in Ghana. Everything got sent to me, and I gave it to one of my boys, Dante. Dante mixed everything down for us. Dante's at uni in Leeds at the moment. Nice. And then, sent it back to Leo. Leo released the song, and then we basically all just remade that same video that he made, but like in our own way. So I was like, cool, how can I do this Central C Molly, but then kind of like add to the storyline that he's already got. So I was like, okay, cool. I wanted to make a song that was a banger like this. Then I got a message from this guy called Leo. He said we should do it together, so on and so forth. And that's how I basically pulled it together. And that was the video that took off for me and basically made Shake 2.0 do really well. So I think I don't think we spent any money on that, to be honest with you. I think it just all was the traffic from all of the social media videos, which was really, really good. So I knew that the song, I showed the song to my brother before I recorded on it, and he was like, his voice, the hook, this is perfect. I think this is like the one. This is going to be the one, right? And I was like, we'll see in it. You never know. Do you know what I mean? You actually never know. And I just thought, cool, I just have to have the coldest verse out of all of them. That's all it is. Do you know what it is? I'm not going to lie. What's really... The UK, is very like, everybody says the UK is bad mind. I think the music industry with the UK is very competitive. It's like, who's the best? Yeah.
And that's never usually a bad thing.
It's not necessarily a bad thing, but everybody else that I've worked with that's not from the UK, or that isn't in urban music, is more, let's appreciate your music no matter what level you're at. Let's just work together and let's make something beautiful. And it's never about like, who's got the hardest bars, who's got the best verse and stuff like that. And that's the direction I want to go in more, is working with people that aren't trying to compete on a track. Do you know what I mean? Because naturally I had the mindset of, how can I get the best verse on this? Do you know what I mean? How can I get the best verse on this? And obviously I will stand to today and always say that I have the best verse on this. I'm the best rapper in the world. Of course I am. Do you know what I mean?
You have to keep the agenda, man.
Yeah, no, but like...
You gotta run the agenda, man.
Yeah, I am. So, do you know what I mean? And I think that a lot of the feedback, it was hilarious. So we planned like a bunch of live streams. We did a bunch of live streams when the song came out. And I remember some of Leo's friends who are also artists who are doing quite well came on the live stream to ask us some questions and stuff. And there was an interviewer. And they were like, oh, so how did you guys like sort out the recording and blah, blah, blah. And Leo was like, oh, so actually this is the first time that we've all been on a call together. And literally,
God.
we was on this live stream. I'd never spoken to the Gabriel once. I'd never seen him. And this was the first time we spoke. The song was obviously already out. We were doing the rollout strategy. It was hilarious, to be honest with you. And they were like, what? So how did you work out the splits? And how did you mix it? And how did you master it? And how did you do this? And we was like, we all just sent it back and forth and just made it. I remember Leo had issues with the microphone he was using at the time. He had to upgrade his microphone. There was some Gabrit's verse originally when it was recorded, it didn't sound too great, and we had to modulate the vocals. There's so many things.
I mean, people are making whole albums and compilation mixtapes out of Discord servers. Like, if they can get it done, do you know what I mean?
It's true. It's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Considering how the amount of traveling as well as just communication with people just all over the world that you've been doing, I think one thing that's probably best to round out this interview on, you were in Tokyo recently.
Yeah.
How was that?
That was insane. Like, Tokyo is, I can't explain it. It's an amazing place to be. The people are incredible. They're super supportive of you and your music and your journey. And
you performed whilst you were out there?
Yeah, I had a show out there, which was really, really good. I supported one of my friends. And the people are just insane. Like, they're just very grateful that you are there from the other side of the world to come and see them. And I think that's an amazing thing because, like, of course I've come to Tokyo and of course I'm going to perform for you. But for them, it's like, wow, you actually traveled to the other side of the world just to perform for us for 10 minutes. Like, that's incredible. Nobody does that. Do you know what I mean? So I think because that mentality is so, like, it's so humbling. I think for me, it was like, okay, these are my people. This is where I need to be pushing my music a little bit more, sort of thing. So, and I've always been into anime, into manga, like, since a kid anyway. So it was always, I was always going to be going to Tokyo. It was never, like, not an option. So I had multiple things I was doing out there. I was working on content. I had studio sessions and stuff. So
I guess, like, if you're kind of in the city, it's not as much of a bewildering experience like over there, but I can imagine if you're going like more the outskirts and other areas of Japan, it's like, oh, this is a black person. What are you doing here?
Yeah, so we went to what's called an Edo village, which is like basically a village that they've kind of kept how it used to be. So the whole thing's kind of made out of wood, basically.
Yeah.
We went to this Edo village, yeah. It was me, Arcane, and Emmy, yeah. And the looks that you get are kind of like, and you have to remember, right? So I'm black, Arcane's white, and Emmy's mixed race. So you got every chocolate bar you can think of, yeah? They're looking at us like, what kind of boy band is like, like, how did these three find how did they find each other and they're here in this, what, like, for them, it was like,
What's going on here?
How am I seeing all of this at work? So I think for them it was very like, a lot of people, it was probably quite eye-opening, but a lot of people would just stare. And quite a lot of people will smile, wave, come up to you and ask questions as well, which is quite nice. Do you know what I mean? Instead of just like staring. And then other people are a bit peculiar, especially in China, they're just kind of like, come up to you and just put the camera, just take a picture. Just without even like, do you know what I mean? It just instantly, and then thank you, walk off. Do you know what I mean? So, it's a completely different environment to be in, but I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity to have gone out there. I think that the people are amazing and, I can't wait to make more music and share it with the rest of the world.
In terms of musical inspiration, did you bring anything back with you? Is it more that you wanted to kind of be inspired whilst you were there, make the music that would inspire you in that surrounding there, and then come back and polish it?
It's definitely a mixture of both. I went out there with a goal, and I think that my intentions changed whilst I was out there just because of some of the people that I had met and some of the places that I got to go to and just the peacefulness of the city, to be honest with you. And because of that, I feel like I had a lot of time to decide what I wanted to do moving forward with my music career completely. So,
can we expect a little EP out of this, maybe?
I've been working on something for like 3 years. To be honest with
that's just how it goes.
I've been working on something.
That's really just how that happens.
Do you know what it is? There's a lot of moving parts and there's a lot of people involved. Like, to be honest with you, I was trying to go for a world record originally, and some people have basically just cheated it, to be honest with you, these guys from like Hemel Hempstead. So I'm now trying to go for like a British record instead.
World record, are we saying the most amount of people on a project?
No, because that one's not like, I'm way off of that. Do you know what I mean? I've got a lot of people on it, but I'm way off of that. It was more like a genre based, like how many genres can I get into one project sort of thing. But then somebody did like this project where each song was like 10 seconds long and they did like 400 genres or something. Do you know what I mean?
That's just that.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like all of these little
sucks.
things that were happening while I was building the project, and obviously I've been building it. So I'm like, okay, cool, I'm going to try a different record now. And then all of a sudden someone else has done it and they've put like five.
It's a bit cheap.
Yeah, so I think I'm just going to go for the quality
Yeah.
and keep it as amazing as I can. I've got a lot of people involved. Like I said, I think some tracks have 5 people on them, some have 7.
Yeah.
And then some are just me and one other person, and it's a 16-track project. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for it, but like I want to get it right. I don't want to rush it. So
All right. Well, that sounds like something amazing to look forward to. This has been Moby One. Keep an eye out for this project because, as you've heard, he's been working on it for 3 years, put a lot of thought and effort into it. So thank you very much for tuning in. See you next time.